Shannon Sharp, good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning, Jenny. How you doing?
Good.
Oh, Ron is something, isn't he?
Yeah, there you go.
On Twitter last night, he even upstaged Belichick and Cam and Mac. So I want to congratulate LeBron James. He wins the social media championship.
What do you
Does that count?
He ain't do
Does that
nothing.
mean he's 5-6 in the finals?
No, your day coming. I want you to have
Okay.
that same. Didn't he tell you to have that same energy, Daddy?
I'm scared. Okay.
Yeah, well, he's motivated by a few of you guys, one in particular on that desk. And here is why. A panel of 10 NBA execs and scouts voted for who is the best player heading into the season. And guys, LeBron didn't receive a single vote. Giannis and KD ended up splitting all votes with 5 apiece. So, as Skip pointed out, LeBron was quick to respond on Twitter saying, quote, "Thank you," as if I didn't need more to fuel me. Hashtag washed, followed by the crown emoji. Shannon, he's not happy. Are you surprised he didn't get a vote?
I am surprised, Skip. Last year, this time, after the championship, LeBron had just come off a championship finals in which he averaged 30, 12, and 9, 59% field goal shooting, 41% from three. And what do I tell you about sports, Skip? It's all about updating your resume. And he was in the process of updating that resume because what he did in those finals wasn't going to have a bearing on what he was going to do this season. And he was in the MVP discussion. A lot of people had him at the break, Skip, had him leading the MVP race. And then on one Saturday, Solomon Hill dove for a loose ball, and we know what happened after that.
Yep.
So LeBron is in the process of updating his resume. Giannis, we saw what he did, Skip. We saw the playoff run that he had. We saw the finals run that he had. 35, 13, 6 assists. We saw what Kevin Durant did for 2 rounds. He played phenomenal. So this is what LeBron is forced to do. I am surprised. I believe, Skip, had he not been injured, had he not gone out in the first round, because, Skip, those execs saw LeBron go out in the first round, something that he had never done, and he didn't look like himself. And so they're thinking like a lot of people are. Hold on. The guy's going to be 37. He is heading into year 19. 2 of the last 3 years, he had an injury that kept him out at least 20 games. Kevin Durant looks better than he did before he had the Achilles injury, if you can imagine that. And Giannis seemed to have figured it out. They brought in Holiday, another defender, and Chris Middleton's the closer, and Giannis does what Giannis does because they space the floor really well. Okay, I can see it, Skip. I can see it. Like I said, it's all about updating your resume. And LeBron James is no different. But I can tell you what, I promise you're going to update his resume. I promise you. Now, we're going to have this. I want to take a vote going into next season. And let's see how many votes he gets.
Really?
I'm going to leave it at that. I may or may not have spoken to him.
So he's the first human in the history of this planet who actually gets younger by the year?
No. No. But let me be honest. Before he injured his ankle, did he look like he was slowing down? It's a simple yes. I don't want to hear nothing about no three-point shot. I don't want to hear anything about free throws. Did he look like he was slowing down?
Boy, his three-point shooting and free throw shooting was horrendously bad.
See, there you go.
Well, is that not true?
25, 8, and 8.
Okay. My turn. So what I don't understand about your answer, you made some valid points, but your big picture takeaway is you're surprised.
Yeah, I think
How can you be surprised? He did not update his resume. No matter why it shook out the way it did, it shook out the wrong way, right? He fell apart down the stretch. He fell apart against Phoenix, and
he fell apart, or was he injured?
Okay, well, you say it was, but he turned his ankle thanks to Solomon Hill, who tried to pull his punch and sort of flinched away. And I don't know, LeBron even stayed in the game and made a 3 and trotted up the floor. And the next thing I know, he's gone for like 2 months.
Well, Kawhi stayed in the game and made a free throw and played defense.
Okay, well, I was convinced that because LeBron was at an advanced stage and age of his career, that they just said, just shut it down and be ready to go for the playoff run.
And then that wasn't the case, though.
Okay. Well, he wasn't ready to go because when he lost AD in the playoffs, he wasn't able to save the day by himself.
Try to remind you about KD. When he lost James Harden and Kyrie, he wasn't able to save the day.
He made one of the great playoff shots ever. We'll get to that in just a moment. So let's just look at the facts of last season for LeBron James. Did he update his resume? Because during the regular season, LeBron James averaged
25.
25 points a game. That's the second worst of his career since his rookie year. That's the lowest average of his career. Well, that's not really updating your resume. His rebounds were 7.7, which is average for him in his career. But his assists fell from 10.2 the year before when he led the league in assists all the way down to 7.8. That's a plummet right there.
But let me ask you a question. So we're not going to mention the fact that Dennis Schroeder assists went up to a career high. Okay. So you're not going to mention that?
Okay, but what do I always say about LeBron James? He's the best passer in basketball to this day. He has the highest IQ in basketball to this day.
Yes.
Even at his advanced age and stage, he's still the best in those two categories. Well, shouldn't he have a shot at leading the league in assists again? Isn't that what he does the best?
But let me ask you a question. Skip, it's kind of like Mike Evans. Mike Evans is one of the best receivers in football. But did his numbers take a step back? Of course they did. Because why? Tom Brady sped the ball around. Chris Godwin got catches. Other people got catches. So now
we're comparing LeBron James to Mike Evans?
No, that's not what I'm doing. I'm saying someone else had the ball in their hand and they had a career high in assists.
Okay.
But you won't mention that.
So what happened statistically to LeBron last year? His three-point attempts went sky high. They went to a career high 6.3 a game. Am I right?
Okay.
Why was that? Because he's no longer chasing Michael B. Jordan, as I said, his first year when he missed the playoffs in L.A. He's chasing Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's all-time point-scoring record.
No. I remember you used to say he chasing Michael Jordan.
Well, that was over a long time ago. That's done.
Can I ask you, I just want to know one more thing, Skip.
Well, wait a second. Career high 6.3 threes a game, right?
Yes.
And he did make 37%, which for him was actually pretty good of his three-point shots. But it's actually pretty bad in the NBA because that ranked 110th out of 156 qualified three-point shooters. Is that good? Well, that's way, way, way below average. So he's jacking up more threes, making not enough for the benefit of his team. So he's actually hurting his team from the three-point line.
How many times did Jordan in his career shoot at least 37% from the three?
They didn't even emphasize the three.
But it doesn't matter if they emphasized, but they had
dominated the league. He won 10 scoring titles to LeBron's 1.
Kind of like LeBron.
Yikes.
Kind of like LeBron.
And then finally, we finish off his stats last year was 69.8% from the free throw line.
Okay.
That is abominably bad for a player of his magnitude.
Was that better or worse than Giannis?
And by the way, I don't care. We're not talking about Giannis. We're talking about LeBron. You said you were surprised he didn't get votes.
Hold on.
Time out. I haven't finished on the free throw shooting because you have no counter to this argument. That was the third straight year he's been under 70%, and that's the fourth in 5 years he's under 70%. And that 69.8 ranked 96th of 110 qualified free throw shooters. That is so bad that the blind witnesses have to sweep that under the thickest shag carpet that you can find hide that stat.
See, this is what you did. I give you a prime example of what you did. You said Tom Brady had the most air distance. That means the ball traveled, but he had the lowest completion percentage. But you didn't sweep that up under the rug. You said he was throwing the ball deep, but that doesn't take away from Tom Brady's greatness.
Okay, but you said he was washed up. You said you saw a decline in his arm talent, and I said, he's throwing the ball farther than anybody in the league.
But he had a high incompletion percentage.
Well, obviously, if you go bombs away, it's going to be harder and harder. Did it hurt the team? That's what they do.
So what LeBron did hurt the team. So him shooting 37% hurt the team.
Well, when you're jacking 6.3 a game, it's not enough. And most players who are shooting that many threes are making 40%.
Skip.
It's a big drop.
All I'm saying is that I'm surprised, given LeBron's resume. But like I said, he needs to update it. He was in the process of it. But I just asked you a question. One of the guys that got 5 of the votes, was his three-point percentage or his free throw percentage better than LeBron's?
Thank you for bringing that up. How did Giannis get 5 out of the other 10 votes? How did he get them? I have no idea.
Because he beat the guy that you said is the best.
Really?
Yes.
I'm going to get to that in a moment, but I don't want to leave your man LeBron James before we finish off his updated resume in the playoffs. So here comes Phoenix, and here comes LeBron, and there goes AD, because if we go to Game 4, AD managed to play 19 minutes, and then you know what happened.
Right.
He got hurt, and that was really the end of the Lakers, because LeBron is no longer able to solo star them past Phoenix in the first